Welcome back to what I did this week for my music business. I am Cato of B.L.A.M.E.SOCIETY, that's Black Liberating Arts Movement Entertainment Society, LLC now. And it's been a long, crazy week. For those that don't know, I am an educator and I did summer school this year. I think this is the third, maybe fourth time I've done it now. And I'm always happy when it's over. And today we are going to try to keep it under 20 minutes. Okay. So let's jump right in. This is, let's see, I told you guys about the letter, the EIN mishap. When I filled out the EIN form, I somehow forgot to put one word, not one letter, one whole word. And when I called to reach out to them, they gave me instructions on how to resolve that. And one of the things I have to do is send them a letter with specific instructions on that I had to follow as far as the name I want it to be, my social, and a couple other things, right? I talked about that last week. But I'm telling you, I'm bringing it up now to tell you that I, in fact, got the letter mailed. It is sent off. So I'm going to probably check back in with them in about 30 days if I don't hear anything, just to make sure that they got it. I talked to you guys about Calendly and how I ran out of my free trial ended, and I lost a lot more than I thought I would as far as features that were available. So I went ahead and then set up my Google Calendar to work like that because apparently, at least for the business, it might be for business, but I don't know if it works for personal, but I got it set up under the business email. And so the way that works is it has a booking feature basically. So I went through, put all the details in, set it up. So like from now on, at least until we start making some real money, like I'll be using this option. So if you need to record a song or if you want me to mix a song, my Google booking would be the way to sign up for that. And I think I'm gonna try to put it in the YouTube video description as well so that you can access that. Just in case, because I don't know, somebody out there might want some assistance, and I'm all about helping and getting paid. Okay, let's see here. Next is, what is this? Google Business waiting to be verified. That actually didn't take long. Okay. I forgot why. Oh, no. Okay. Remember I told you guys about Yelp? So jumped the gun, right? Only did Yelp because of the virtual mailbox agency that I chose to go with had Yelp advertised on their site. And so I was like, hey, I'll check it out. Then I came across, Google for Business. And I was like, this is a no-brainer. I should definitely do this. So I created that account. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't know. But basically, if you search B.L.A.M.E. Society, the address will pop up and all of that stuff. And you will get like the business hours, the basic stuff that you would see when you Google Maps a business, right? So you'll see that information for me, along with the link to the booking information. So that was cool. I'm not sure how I feel about it because I might change it because even though like I don't have a definitive hours, right? Like at this point. So it really goes off of how you book me. And also, even though I offer these services, that those aren't like the main things that I'm doing, right? So it's kind of like, I don't want to deceive people and give people the wrong idea, especially when you have bigger studios out here doing bigger things with bigger artists, So we'll see how long that lasts. Let's see. Before I even jump, because I got all my days mixed up now. Everything is blending together. Like I'm trying to stay as organized as possible, which is another reason why I'm doing this, is because it just keeps me accountable. And one of the things I know is that I have to write things down. So that part I'm doing well. Trying to keep things in one place. For the most part, I'm okay. Right now, I'm down to keeping things on the desktop. I got a flash drive. And then I got a couple folders and then my laptop. So like 4 places where my information is. And it's just like, it drives me crazy because I know I need to get it consolidated to one spot, right? But I'm always on the go and we're always out the house. So it's like keeping it on the desktop isn't the best idea, but it is probably the most foundational place, right? And I got a hard drive I might consider using as well. But I was going to say, so I brought up Yelp. So they reached back out to me, and because they really want that Yelp an ad, right? So I was working on my Yelp for Business, and they hit me up, and they were like, "Hey, have you considered running ads?" And I was like, "Nah, because I ain't got the bread." She said, "Well, today they actually have a credit where they're doing $350 credit, and you don't have to pay anything within that budget. It's if it hits after that. So it's like you have to really pay attention to how much is being spent on the ad every day, and the cost of running the ad can differ or vary depending on what day it is. So it's not like you could do the math and be like, if you divide it by this much, it would be this much a day, because it differs, it differentiates every day. So I told Sasha about it, and she was like, "Yeah, you probably should have said no." I was like, "I know I should have said no," but I was like, I also want to see what happens, right? Just my curiosity won that one, so now I have to like keep an eye on that to know when I need to cut that off, because I'm not finna pay for ads, not right now at least. I brought up a tool. I want to say we had talked about tools last week. I tried out this tool called Metricool. The function of Metricool is you are uploading a piece of content one time, but it's spread out to your social media platforms at one time. So, for instance, if I upload a short video, I can get it to go to YouTube. I can get it to go to, oh my gosh, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are the big three right now. So, like, I can get it to go to one of those three, and so on and so forth. So, I wrote down, like, basically, was it hard? Was it difficult? How did it go? I did it. I used it twice. I think I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I don't have I, I have some idea, and I want to say it like this, man. Like, I can see the helpfulness of it, but it also removes some of fine the fine details in that process that kind of make me feel like I'm oversighting something, right? So, for instance, when I upload it and I go check to see it to make sure it was released on time that I had put in, on YouTube, I can't adjust the thumbnail. Like, that's something I'd like to do, is like pick what picture you see before the video starts playing, and a couple of other things. So I used it twice, and I want to say it wasn't hard. It was a little tricky because Cato never follows tutorials. I just jump right in because I like to just get my hands wet, get my feet wet. And so I jump right in, and I can see how helpful it could be. I did struggle a little bit because it was like a template, and then the actual, you can edit it depending on the type of platform that you're sending it to. So I might try it a couple more times just to make sure that I know what I'm doing, and then I can really come to understand if that's what I want or not. But yeah, I just didn't. I missed some details when I did it that way, and that kind of sucked because I didn't like that. Like, also, like, for Instagram, you can invite people as collaborators on your shorts, on your reels, and that was something you can put in there, but it's hard to tell if you got that person's name, their handle correctly in there. Like, there's no like pop up or something that solidifies that, hey, yeah, this is a person. And it was just like, if it's not a person, they'll just delete that person's handle or name off of the post. And so you would have to go back to Instagram anyway and fix that information. I would have to fix even like the thumbnails on there too, which I don't know if that bothers everybody, but it bothers me, especially after I've been doing it. Let's see, we're going in week 4. So that was week 2 and 3. So at least 3 plus 4, about 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 10 posts in that time period. I uploaded every single post, each platform edited the details. So it's like, it felt weird, and I felt like I was already missing out on something. And so to go back and be like, oh wow, yeah, I couldn't. Maybe I can. I need to double check that on Metricool itself. But in the moment when you go back and look, I'm like, oh wait, no, that was an oversight. So I'm gonna double check it a couple more times to see how it works for me. If it turns out that, oh no, Cato just made a mistake and it's actually easier and smoother, then I'm gonna stick with it. If not, I'm gonna exit out. Okay, so I had communicated to you guys that we had got a festival slot, and so I'm always working on some form of detail around that. And so this week I sent Damo my tracks that I selected. And I also asked him, like, what are some songs that you think I should do? Like, does this work? Do you feel like there's some different, like, and he gave me some good feedback. He was like, I think he selected two to take out and put two in and some other changes. And at first I was like, man, what are you doing? And at first I didn't agree with it. But the longer I sat with it and practiced with them in order, he made me have to learn a different song that I usually don't perform. So this will be interesting. And I think he really wanted to showcase himself. So, so either way, I think it's really good. Like, for instance, I was going to do Something to Hold, which is one of my favorites to perform because I want to rally the crowd to sing with me. He suggested that I do Pray for Me. I was like, Pray for Me is a great track. And I said, but if I do it, it's only going to be verse 3, like we did for the show. I did verse 1, but it'll be mainly verse 3, which you'll find on the socials. It's the video I posted, the rain store, and I'm rapping over. Anyway, it's a prayer. And I feel like that would be appropriate, to end our set praying for the people who are listening to us, but in case you don't know, that prayer was for P while he was alive, just like praying for his strength and praying for his, a whole bunch of other things, man. And so, but what happens is because it's so personal and so specific, it actually works for anybody who listens to that. So it works for me. Like whenever I feel down and out and I play that song, like I get chills because it's literally like, I pray for your strength. I pray for your mind. I pray for your kids. I pray like they mine. I pray that you shine. I pray you don't hide. I pray you realize all you need is inside. Stuff like that is like, if you've experienced anything like that, like, then that even though I'm not talking to you, it will feel like I'm talking to you because it's so universal. So, but yeah, getting feedback from him about the show sequence is great. And I'm excited to really perform that. And maybe I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. The festival is called Paint Lewis, and maybe next week I'll come back with some information on like what that is so that you have a better understanding of what that is. But basically they have a festival at the Flood Wall, which is, I don't know what else it's called, but like we call it the Graffiti Wall. And it's like on the riverfront, and it's like pretty famous for like people just doing graffiti all over that bad boy. And so every year they have a festival where they have music playing, other vendors, and there's, people spraying the wall, which is beautiful. So and we get to be a part of that this year. So I'm really excited to see what slot we get as far as time and to see how this is going to work out. All right. I set up a rehearsal with Damo for that as well. So hopefully I'll get with him. If not, probably not this week, but the following week, I want to say. If not next week, definitely the week after that. We need to get together. We're going to be working on that. So one of the things I have been working on is the listening session, officially called Life is Love is Magic Listening Experience, which would be at Intertwine. Intertwine. I'm saying it right now. I swear, look, okay. In my defense, I did not realize that the wine stopper, not the wine stopper, but the, what do you call it? The wine opener, that was a letter. Like I thought it was just an image, for the wine. I did not realize it was a T, and the actual title is Intertwine. I feel so drove for saying it wrong, and nobody corrected me. That's what's crazy, bro. Like no, just a fun laugh. But now that I got it right, I'm not going to mess it up again. But anyway, so in preparation for that event, I had shared that I was getting anxious about people not signing up and all types of. It's crazy how my brain will do these things to me, right? So then I came across a quote. I talked about it last week about, you just assume you're going to fail, but do the work anyway. And so that's what I did. So this week I took the time to review people who signed up for the newsletter. So like people that made some effort to get to know me and our brand, right? So I reached out to those people individually to see if they would be interested in coming, which makes sense because you already show interest in us. So this might be interesting to you. And I've been talking about this album for years now. You know what I mean? And so with that being said, I think five people have filled out the form and 3 people have paid. So like we're moving and it's beautiful. And so I just sent out the newsletter as well. So if you're watching this and you're a newsletter recipient and you and you can be called a society dweller. Make sure you take a look at those links, man, because I definitely put the promo video and the sign up sheet in there for you to get involved, man, because I want you to be there. Okay. Because we're really looking at, what am I talking about? No, that's it. I really want you guys there. Okay. Let's see. So with that being said, that was really cool because that made me feel good that one, all of the systems that I put in place are working, and two, people are interested and are signing up. And I don't know, would it be appropriate if I call these people up by name? I'm gonna wait. Although you know who you are. If you're watching this, I appreciate you signing up, bro. Like real talk. I even got in touch with another homie who I don't think they're on the newsletter yet, but we have been in contact many years ago. Did we go to high school together? Nabel, don't be mad, bro. But you know, oh my God. I remember, did we work together at one point? Or I don't know. He was just a really cool guy. We might have worked together. My memory is shot. I'm gonna have to reach out to him and be like, yo, remind me how I know you again. Like how far back does our friendship go? Because my brain is like acting crazy right now. But I will say, when I had started talking to him again about maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, he had started a business called Deadlock Escape. So he has his own business as well, and they do escape rooms, which is sick. And so I had reached out to him and I was like, hey, I know that you had shown interest in my music before. Like, would you be down in this? And I, sent him the information. He was like, yeah. I was like, yes. And he was interested in the music that we've been making. So I sent him 32 Weeks as well. So I'm waiting to hear back his feedback for that, because that is my baby. If you haven't listened to 32 Weeks yet, bro, you are missing out. It is definitely my favorite project right now that I've done. Let's see here. Oh, okay. The other thing I did for my music business this week was sign up for these AI seminars. Okay. Just to get an idea of how it could be useful and helpful for a small business owner, basically. Right. And they were free. So that's why I did them. I was like, yeah, sure. I have nothing to lose. The first one, they had some really good information. Most of the stuff I already knew, which is cool. And they just kind of gave more details about it. And this one in particular is like 3 parts. So that was the first part. The next one, I believe, is later in July, and they have one more in August. So basically, they're going to go deeper into, I guess, how you can take advantage of AI basically to help grow your business in different ways. So I'm excited to hear more about that. I will say, because I use Chat GPT, but not to the extent most people do, right? Like I cannot use it to create, how can I put this? I don't want to use it to create my words, if that makes sense, right? Like I'll give you the words and then you can maybe enhance it. That I'm cool with. I can give you my words and you give me a document in the form of a worksheet or in the form of an intake sheet, if you will, right? I'm cool with that. But to have it speak for me, I don't like that. So I don't use it that much. So, but just hearing how you can use it to do other things, it was like, okay, I never thought about that. Like they was talking about like having conversations, like using it for meetings basically, and like having it record the meeting while you talk about whatever, because we have short attention spans, of course. And so in 5 minutes, you forget what was said. At least everything was recorded and you can have it summarize that whole session basically. So I was like, that's cool. I don't know if I'll use it for that, but I still think it's cool. All right. Oh, snap. Okay. So my virtual mailbox, right? Yeah. I got my first piece of mail. I forgot what day it was, but I got some mail. It was Thursday. I got 5 pieces of mail. And number one was my debit card. And I could have sworn me and Jonathan talked and he asked me, where do I wanted my debit card to go? I said to the home address, because I was like, I don't know about sending it to the business, And so I saw it and I was like, oh, snap. Could this be what I think it is? But I wasn't sure. It could have been just like agreements or some papers like that. So I try not to jump to conclusions. But when I go pick it up, that's exactly what it was. So your boy got his business debit card. Snaps. However, I was kind of sad that it got sent there and not sent to my house. So that's kind of, we're a little weary right there, but we'll be all right. And but I'm still waiting on the PIN number, and they send those separately. So and once that comes, I'll be able to go back to these other accounts that I've already created for the business and put them in the business so that everything is sitting in Blame Society LLC. So that was cool. It was nice going and seeing the virtual mailbox place, like because it was like a co-working space as well. So like, say if you needed time to work, you can actually go there and work. So it's pretty cool. The last thing I want to talk about this week I did was pop out to a showcase. I thought it was the open mic. I think I told you guys that last week. It was for the Church of Rap, formerly known as the Agora Cypher, and they were at Pop's Blue Moon for a showcase. And I wrote down the names of the performers, and I just want to take the time to give them a shout out because I feel like they all did a great job. Let's see. The first guy up was T. Rasa. I met him. I saw him perform at the GOAT Case in 2023, hosted by, quite frankly, the GOAT. A beautiful event. Anyway, that's how I knew about T. Rasa, and I started following him on socials. I met him at the Agora Cypher earlier this year, and so to see him perform again was cool. He had some really good tracks, but here's the thing, and I'm not gonna tell my guy's business, but I had noticed something that he was looking at the person playing the music, like he kept saying he didn't know what was coming next, and I asked him about it, and he called it it's like Russian roulette, and so like he lets the host or whoever like pick the songs that he will perform, and they play them, and so he doesn't know what he's walking into, and I thought that was crazy and low key kind of cool. Like it'd be cool to send somebody a handful of tracks, but at least I want to know what they are so that when I send them, there's not too much of a surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like at least I've rehearsed these. My man told me that I think they picked all of them. He didn't pick them. And so they went so far back. Like he was like, nah, dog, these are not in my rotation of things that I rehearsed. I was like, dog, that is crazy. And he still did a good job and made it look easy. So shout out to T. Rasa. The next one I wanted to highlight was Juno. I'm probably gonna say her name wrong. It's like Juno Tamir. Juno Tamir. I don't know. Forgive me for not getting your name right. But what a performer. Number one, what a performer. But this lady is bizarre with her genres. Like she has so many, and honestly, this might be controversial if she hear this, but I told her that night. I said, or no, I sent it in a message. I said, if rock is like, I asked her, what is your favorite genre to do or to perform? And I said, if it's rock, I'm like, that'd be so cool because it fits you, it suits you, right? Like she has that punk like spirit. I don't know if that makes any sense to people, but she does, right? She had the young, she had the spunk, she got the punk, she got like the eyes, like everything, right? And so when she's singing the rock songs, like you vibe out. And whoever made them, hopefully she can send me the name of the engineer. I give him a shout out too. They did a wonderful job. Like she complements those beats very well. So shout out to her. Just a wonderful performance overall. Let's see. There was a guy there named Ma Pablo. Shout out to Ma Pablo. He had a wonderful performance as well. I wanted to highlight one of the songs he did. It was called Blessings on Me. I don't remember the lyrics off the top, but I did go back and listen to that song. That mug is a banger. So if you got a moment, y'all, if you see this, do me a favor. Go check out Mob Pablo. That's MOB.PABLO. Blessings on Me. And get that boy a listen because he did his thing that night too. And his vocals sound like sometimes it's hard to perform the song right. And so like it just doesn't come out the same, especially the type of effects you might have on your voice, right? So hearing the song after he performed it, I was like, okay, I see the vision, and the song is just awesome. Like I think all of his songs that he did were really good, but Blessings on Me stood out the most to me. Let's see, okay, and then we had the bartender. It was her birthday. I wrote that down, so it was her birthday. I think her name is Ellen. Shout out to Ellen. Happy belated birthday again. And the last thing was me and Sasha's performance I wanted to talk about. So Sasha hit me up. Today is Sunday, right? So the performance was Saturday. She hit me up Friday in a text and was like, hey, do you think you can send me a show version of oh my God, what is the song called? How Bad Do You Want It? Um, and How Bad Do You Want It is a song like a manifestation song, basically, right? And so I was like, okay, good, no problem, I got you. She was like, do you think you could perform your verse? I was like, I don't know. That's hard for me. Not like that's a song that I wrote that verse and then I haven't really been reviewing it. Usually, once I write a verse, I try to recite it many times. This one I had not. I had wrote it and I had just moved on. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna try. At first, I was like, I wanted to say no so bad, but I was like, you know what? I got you. So she had a 20-minute set. And so she wanted to do that one. I practiced my butt off, dude. Like all day, all night Friday, all night Saturday, or all day Saturday, excuse me, like that morning. I just had it on repeat. I was able to spit it and recite it on a different beat, if you will. But I thought I was good, y'all. I stumbled. I don't know how bad it is because I haven't seen the footage, but from my recollection, it wasn't good. Like I felt so bad. Like I started strong and I think I ended strong. So maybe that's all that matters. But and then we did Wrong One. I killed that one. That was fire. She did a wonderful job as well. Shout out to everybody that was there that night, showing love and support. Very, very, very kind crowd and very loving people in that bar last night. Same thing. The other thing is, remember I said I thought it was an open mic. And so I had shared that with Sasha. And so she asked them if I would still be able to perform this song. She was like, he really wanted to do it. And I was like, at first I was like, don't do it. Don't, like, stop. We're leaving, right? But there was like one act that didn't show up. And it was like, well, I was like, we can try, but people are ready to go, right? But they were able to let me do it. It took a while to get it done, but they queued it up. I did it. I stumbled through that one too on the third verse, but overall it felt good to get it out. So thank you, Sasha, for making that push for me. And with that said, I think that's it. I think that, one last thing. So in regards to the event coming up, the listening session and just my day ones. That's what I'm branding that day. It's for my day ones. If you pop out that night, you are a day one. And so, like I said, I got custom merch that I'm going to be working on, and I don't want to give out too many details yet until I start really getting it completed, and then I can share snippets or shots of it. But until then, I just want to say, like, one of the things I did in that regard was get the vinyl I needed. I am doing crew shirts again. I have made some for me and the crew for In the Loop. And one of the things I've been wanting to do is do that as a merch offering for people who want to be, fit in and be down with B.L.A.M.E. So I got black, red, green, gold, and white vinyl for the heart. If you ever see me wear the shirt, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So, but with that being said, man, if nobody has told you that they love you today, just know that I do, always will. Cato, B.L.A.M.E. Society, Black Liberating Arts Movement and Entertainment Society, LLC now, baby. Let's go.